All right, it's time to talk a little Auburn football, as he does at this time each week. Our guy, Elijah McAllister, the Auburn running back, is with us. He's presented each week by CraneWorks. The big guy says, look to the big dog. CraneWorks and RentalWorks. Welcome in, Elijah. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing awesome. Thanks a lot. Congrats on the win, week one. You would evaluate the defensive performance how against UMass?
It wasn't to our standard. I think the score didn't reflect how we didn't play to our standard. I know there's a ton of room for improvement, which we have been working on so far in practice, and excited to kind of put that on tape this weekend.
So this weekend, you guys play a late game. Your coach kind of voiced, I don't want to say his displeasure, but he said, hey, if I was around, we wouldn't be scheduling West Coast teams like this. Have you ever been that far out west, and are you guys looking forward to playing in a Pac-12 venue?
Yeah, I mean, to answer your first question, I played my previous school last year. We had a trip to Hawaii week 0.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, never mind.
That's a long trip.
That was a long flight and a long trip. But again, it's all about preparation. We have people in place that are going to help us with that. And I think as a unit, we're excited to play another game this week, and we're excited to go represent the SEC against a Pac-12 opponent and do our best and see what we turn out in.
Having that experience, will you talk to the guys about how it can change your body? The whole 9:30 local time body when you kick this thing off.
Yeah, you definitely got to put an emphasis on making sure a body clock is ready to play a game that late and continue your energy levels throughout the duration of the game, because it is different as far as the time zone. But again, with great preparation, I don't really allow it to hold too much stock in our brain, because at the end of the day, it's about football, and the game stays the same whether you play it at midnight, whether you play it at noon, still ball.
Elijah McAllister, it is still ball. I like it. He is with us courtesy of CraneWorks. The big guy says look to the big dog for CraneWorks and RentalWorks. But being at the hotel all day on Saturday, that's got to be tough. I mean, give me as best you can what you will do to keep from just laying around and wanting to nap or dozing or whatever. How do you stay fresh when you got to fill time? I guess you guys would leave the hotel around, 6 Central Time? I mean, how do you feel that?
Yeah, honestly, the best part about having a night game or a game that late is you get another day to prepare and another day to watch film. So I try not to lay in bed all day during night games and later games, because I kind of feel a little sluggish. So I wake up the same time early, get breakfast, get a stretch in. I'll watch a couple of the other games that are going on. I got a couple friends that play on different teams, and watch a few of their games just for a little bit to show my support. And then I watch more film when the team are playing. Then kind of, get off my feet a little bit as we get closer to leaving the hotel and getting ready for the game. But I definitely won't sit in the room all day, because then you feel a little sluggish.
Can you give us, real quick, can you give us a couple friends that you'll watch? I'm curious as to who you're stopping to watch that's playing for other teams.
Yeah, I mean, I got friends all across the country. I got my boy Sheeta. He plays defensive end at Boston College. My guy Jaden Gould, he plays DB at Syracuse. I got a couple boys. Malik Langham plays D-line at Purdue. Rashawn Wilkins plays D-line at UConn. So I'm just bouncing around all, and obviously I still got a couple friends at Vandy. So I'm just bouncing around the whole college football world and trying to watch who I can watch, as long as it doesn't, conflict with our game.
I hate to tell you this. You'll be watching your Vandy team over eggs and bacon, because it's 10 a.m. Central Time for their kick at Wake Forest, so that'll be 8 o'clock. I mean, will you even be out of the rack at 8 o'clock, or you watch that in bed?
I'll probably still be in my mobility circuit, so I'll try to catch a little bit of it at least.
I didn't watch a ton of it, but I did have it on. It was Cal in North Texas, and I know it was North Texas, but it was still in Denton on the road. This Cal team looked physical. And we were talking about Jaden Ott, their running back earlier, 188 yards, but they had 357 as a team on the ground. When you watch California, do they look like a physical team to you guys?
Yeah, I think Cal did a great job last week against North Texas running the football and the mass. And obviously, you said the yardage total. The emphasis going into the year for us, as far as our team, was always to stop the run, and that doesn't change versus who we play. The emphasis maybe put on from the outside looking in, like, we got to stop the run because they amassed a ton of yards last week. But that was always our goal as a team going into the year. So it's still an emphasis for us, and we're excited to showcase that this Saturday.
Back on Saturday, UMass scores on that first drive. What did you learn about you and your teammates on the defensive side of the ball for what went on the rest of the game?
think, football, anytime you can clean up your mistakes and not shoot yourself in the foot and not, lose the down yourself, then you normally, end up on the right side of the scoreboard or the right side of the down, right side of the possession. So that first possession, honestly, we just didn't do things that we, were doing in practice the whole week, and didn't do things that were, like a representation of who we are as a defense. And there was a lot of mistakes, different things that we needed to clean up on. We kind of settled down after that first possession and got better, as you saw throughout the game. Kind of, created some turnovers, created some havoc. So it was nice to do that, to settle in finally. But that first possession was not fun, as you guys can imagine.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm always interested in learning about preparation and stuff, having not played the game at the level that you've played it. When you watch game tape, say preparing for Cal, how much of that do you do on your own, or is it in a group meeting or group setting? And do you feel like you can absorb things when you're watching by yourself, or is it better to absorb things in a group setting?
Yeah, I think in a group setting, the coaches do a great job of giving us everything that we need to do to have a surface level kind of understanding of what the offense is trying to do for us during the week, but really to hone in on the details and become a better player individually and make sure you can be the best player for yourself. And then in turn to help the defense as a whole, you need to take some time out by yourself at night after practice, watching the game tape from last week of yourself, watching the game tape of the team you're about to play, watching the practice film so that you can understand who you are as a player, what you can improve on the next week, and also tendencies from the offense that you can pick up on so that you can play faster on Saturday. So I think, you need to understand and listen and really take in everything the coach is telling you throughout the meetings during the week before practice, but they only have so much time. So you need to take the time for yourself as an athlete, as a player, if you want to be the best, to do that on your own.
I don't know how to ask this question, but what level of pianist are you? You play the piano. How good at it are you?
I'm pretty good. I'd say, I don't know. Like,
Okay.
I mean, John Legend to Elton John.
I don't know. I'd say I'm just your, if you ever saw an organist or a pianist in a church,
Okay.
an old church or Amy Zion church, they can play any song. The praise and worship team sings, and they can, obviously I pick up things from YouTube as well. So I feel like I'm pretty solid. Like, it won't take me too long to pick up on a song and start playing it. A lot of my family can play instruments, and we all, can play piano, drums, bass, guitar, everything in between. And a lot of us, learn how to play music through ear by ear. So I'm really one of the few who took a course at my previous school to learn how to read music, because a lot of it's just by ear and repetition and remembrance.
Is it up-tempo Christian music you're referencing here? Because I've seen an 88-year-old grandmother bang out Old Rugged Cross. So
Yeah, no, I can play that too, but I'm more of the upbeat kind of song and dance. Get excited about what God's doing in people's lives, and not play those more up-tempo ones, because I like to dance myself. So yeah.
He's got it all. He dances too. I was going to ask you, if we walked in to a place with a grand piano and I was like, oh man, Elijah could tear it up. Show him what you got. Give me your go-to song. Like, everybody knows this and I can really bang it out and impress people. What's the go-to song?
And can you sing along with it? Are you a good singer?
So I used to sing when I was younger, but as I got older, I kind of got embarrassed by doing it, because, it's not cool when you're from 11 to 16, 17 years old. It's not cool to be a singer. It's kind of oh, goodness. What would I play?
Yeah. This is your go-to now. We got to impress people here. We're like, oh boy, Elijah can
if
play.
you've got a Casio keyboard, bust it out and give us a little song.
That may be next week.
Next week.
What song I really like? What song I really like that I enjoy? You talked about John Legend. I really like Ordinary People by John Legend. It took me forever to learn how to play it. Honestly, it took me about 4 or 5 months to learn how to really get it down and play it. YouTube, taking time at night, an hour a day, trying to learn, am I going to read music, going to play it by ear? So that's probably my go-to song, because I feel like everybody knows it. And I listen to it before every game. It's also just a song that I enjoy because I like John Legend.
Are you like a hidden show choir guy, like dance and sing, like Pitch Perfect? Have you seen the movie Pitch Perfect?
Yeah, I've seen it. I wouldn't say I'm up there on that level, but I mean, I grew up obviously in a church and sang in all the choirs and, singing in different gospel groups and doing different things. So that's kind of my background and how I grew up. And I still have it in my heart. I don't do it as often because football takes so much time, but I still do it.
All right, we're going to coax it out of him before the season's over. He'll play a song for us. He is Elijah McAllister, the Auburn Jack linebacker, on his way to Cal this weekend. Best of luck against the Bears, Elijah, and we look forward to seeing you next Wednesday.
Thank you. See you guys soon. Appreciate it.
All right, buddy.
Always.
Take care, man. Take care. Elijah with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline, like our Tyler Booker interview. His is presented by our friends at CraneWorks and RentalWorks. Both of those big guys say when it comes to crane rentals or all the equipment you need to do all that yard work, the excavating, all that, CraneWorks and RentalWorks, the big guys say look for the big dog.